Hi, agents. Al Perry, Century 21 Advantage Gold. Just wanted to put together a video here to talk about seller agency and how our brokerage, um, demonstrate that we deliver value to our seller clients. You know, when sellers are thinking about hiring a real estate agent, it really comes down to whether we can deliver a return on their investment. You know, a lot of people talk about real estate commissions as fees. I've never looked at a real estate commission as a fee we've charged. I've always looked at it as an investment the seller makes, and assuming they're making a good investment, they should see a significant return after that investment has been made. So there should be a return that makes that investment a no-brainer. So part of my job is to demonstrate this when I'm meeting with a seller, so that they hopefully will feel comfortable moving forward, signing our agency agreement, agreeing to the investment that they will need to make to hire us. So there's a few tricks I have up my sleeve, and I call them tricks. They're really not tricks. It's just a way to demonstrate to sellers that we do what we say we're going to do and that we deliver the value. I can make those promises, but the best way I feel to demonstrate that is by sharing our past clients, feedback with them. So I'm going to share my screen here. Again, this is just one tip here, but you see, this is our Century 21 quality service surveys that we do. We use a company called Real Satisfied. They're a third party quality service. They're a third party company that will do solicitations after settlement. They'll reach out to our clients, and they'll ask them to evaluate our performance. You know, we do our best to prepare our clients for that, let them know that they'll be, let them know that they'll have an opportunity to evaluate us. And it's a promise that we make. You know, when I go on that listing appointment, let's say, that's something I tell the seller right up front. Look, we're going to ask you how we did. So to the extent that I overpromise and underdeliver, you're going to have ample opportunity to express that. So hopefully that's not what will come out here. Of course, I've already looked at this report, so I know that's not what's going to be conveyed. But notice here on the first page, I'm not hand picking a report to show a seller. I see people do that from time to time. Here's a survey I just received, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it's still a testimonial of some sort. But really what I'm doing is I'm providing a quantified, I'm providing 1,880 survey results. And we notice we also do this of our buyers as well. So I can do this same approach with our buyers. But I'm going to focus today on sellers and what these 1,880 surveys tell us. And so there's definitely some demographic information, things that are important to the client. But I'm going to go over here and just look at satisfaction ratings, because this is the story I'm telling today. And there's other intelligence in here worth gathering. But I'm going to go here to our sales campaign planning, our sales campaign delivery, print advertising. We still do a little of that as well. Our online advertising and our other advertising. Notice most of this is in the excellent category. There are some in the good and in the satisfactory categories. And again, this is against over 1,800 sellers. There were a few that came back below expectations or poor. And I'll just say that. I want to say this about that. When you get a poor survey result, it's usually one of two things. One, could be a client that you just couldn't satisfy despite your best efforts. Maybe we've performed, maybe we did everything we promised that we would do. And, occasionally you'll come across folks that you just can't make happy, no matter what your efforts are. So there's that component. So I want to recognize that there might be some of those in there. But then there's the other component. Those are the people that maybe you did underperform for. Maybe you didn't do everything that you said you were going to do. And the most important thing to do with those folks is own it, is to go back to them and realize, hopefully before the survey is done, but hopefully realize that you've underperformed or that you haven't kept your promises, and then make it right. And that's really what we try to do as a brokerage. When those learning opportunities present themselves to us, that's exactly what we try to do with it. We try to learn from it. So I just want to point that out because notice there are some. So some of these were learning opportunities for us. But then I'm going to continue over here, and I'm just going to focus down here, value for money. Notice 79.5% of our sellers, so sellers who've already paid us a fee. Again, I'm going to refer to that fee as an investment. If it's not an investment, then we've underperformed, in my opinion, if it hasn't delivered a return. But value for money, 79.5% said excellent. I got excellent value for my money with that brokerage and with that agent. Again, 13.9% said good. Even 4%, 3.9% said, yeah, they did what they said they were going to do. They delivered the value that they promised. And notice only a little bit below expectation or poor. Same thing, sales results, the numbers are even higher in the excellent category. The closing numbers are even higher in that category. So this is our clients. This is over 1,800 clients who've been down this path before. They went on the appointment with me. They went on the appointment with our associates. They sat down. They talked about what their goals were. The agents helped set their expectations. And then at the end of all that, they talked about what their fee would be and what that fee was an investment. And then after all of that, after all of the promises that we made of the things that we were going to do, we went back and said, how do we do? And folks came back to us almost across the board with the same high grades. So something I'm really proud of, and something that I like to use to tell the story when I'm meeting with other potential clients as well. And then I'll get down to agent performance as well, because let's face it, hiring a sales agent for some people can be really stressful. And I know how we're wired as a sales organization. And I know I want to help our clients feel comfortable. I want them to trust us. I want to be patient with them, but they don't know that about us. They don't know whether they can trust us yet. I mean, unless they've gotten a high testimonial from us, from a friend or family member. They don't know how accessible we'll be, how respectful of their time we'll be, how approachable, or how clear we communicate. They don't know any of these things. And of course, we're going to promise to do all these things. So the question is whether or not we're going to deliver on that promise. And here we go. Again, notice the excellent category well into the 90s for all of these things. Our agents are polite. They're understanding, friendly, patient, knowledgeable, helpful. And here's the winner. They're trustworthy. And let's face it, occasionally you worry, is this agent telling me what I want to hear because they're after my commission? And, because it's, the big pink elephant in the room is always the real estate agent gets a commission when you buy, or in this case, when you sell. So, can I really trust what they're telling me, or is this just their rhino vision to go get that commission? Well, our sellers tell us after the fact that no, this agent's trustworthy. This agent, and by the way, we've already talked about the value of the money that they see, but they're very trustworthy. And I think that means something when you're meeting with a new client, and hopefully you can help lower their anxiety level, because once someone feels comfortable with you, then you can really get to how you can help them and what you can do to make the process a better experience for them. So, and then we get over here to overall satisfaction. Would you use the agent service again? 91.6% said yes. Strongly agree. 7.1% said agree. Notice less than 2% or 1.3%, I'll say, said either disagree or strongly disagree. And then same thing, would you recommend the agent to family and friends? 91.5% said strongly agree, 7.3% said agree. And again, 1.2% would fall in that lower category. Again, could be something that we needed to learn in those experiences, and I promise you, if that was the case, we learned. So I bring all this up because oh, and by the way, down here, testimonial. Over 2/3, well, almost 2/3 of our clients, even after filling these surveys out, go on to provide a larger testimonial for our agents. And that's just over and above. It's some words in their own voices that they can put down to talk about their experience with our seller. With our agents. So those are things that we present to our agents, and our agents have in their kind of briefcase, so to speak, that they can also share with potential clients. So let your clients tell your story. I can walk into a room and tell a seller that I'm the greatest real estate agent of all time, but they're probably going to chuckle because only someone like Muhammad Ali can get away with that. I'm certainly not Muhammad Ali. But if I walk into a room and I say, here's what my seller's got to say about me, and here's the stories they tell about me being really critical in this process for them and really helpful and delivering fantastic value. It's even better than me walking in the room and saying those things because it's a third party endorsement. And when you have so many of them, there's true value that comes out of the sheer number of that. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully you have a similar platform if you're an agent, the marketplace, that you can start showcasing. If you ever have any questions or concern, consider me a resource. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Have a great day.